Welcome to another exciting episode of the Cymarshall Law Show, where we stay true to ourselves and never conform. Welcome back to another show. We appreciate y'all rocking with us week in and week out. Today is going to be a super dope show as usual. Today's show is going to be based on Law 17 in my book. The law is: be aware of what you're calling into existence. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Be aware of what you are calling into existence. But first, we're going to start with our affirmations, prayers, meditations, sending out good, positive vibrations for you, me, the world, the universe. So we start like this. Universal God, Most High, Jah! Cosmic intelligence, great architect. Thank you for allowing us to wake up today. Thank you for high intuition. Thank you for great emotional intelligence. Thank you for inner peace. Thank you for inner happiness. Thank you for growth. Thank you for insight. Thank you for intelligence. Thank you for our spiritual guidance. Thank you for our spiritual wealth. Thank you for our material wealth. Thank you for our hair. Thank you for our good eyesight. Thank you for our healthy and strong bones. Thank you for all our healthy and strong organs. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the water. Thank you for the earth. Thank you for the air. Thank you for life. Thank you, God. Today is going to be a great day. We are blessed. So let's start the show. So again, the law is: be aware of what you are calling into existence. I am a wizard, and my words are my wand. My every thought is a spell cast. My every action is an incantation. The same goes for all those that read these words. Humans are much more powerful than a good amount of us give ourselves credit for. Through focused thought, followed by the conviction of word, and then by determined action, we can call a reality we had a significant hand in creating into our existence. Mind your thoughts and only speak what you wish to call into existence. Only forbid that which you wish to vanish from your life. We summon things into our lives by what we consciously think and what we feed our subconscious. This means the music we listen to, the TV we watch, the friends we hang around, the food we eat, etc. With all of our influences, we feed ourselves. We are calling into existence a life we are creating. The universe then sends our lives externally in the direction that internally we were already heading in. When I was 11, I was quite the soccer player. My family lived in North Brunswick, New Jersey, and I was on a traveling team called the Cosmo Bandits, now called the Jersey Knights. We were an excellent team, one of the best in the state, and I was the leading goal scorer on my team. I had the talent, but my thoughts about who I was didn't align with being a professional athlete. I remember another player who was 2 years older than me, who also played for our club, but on the more senior team. Every once in a while, I would hear about this goalkeeper who was going to play internationally. This kid who shared some classes with my older sister in the same grade in school became a star right before everyone's eyes. I could remember watching him on the sidelines sometimes and seeing how hard he worked, his determination and his focus. One day after practice at Sabella Park in North Brunswick, the older team was getting ready to practice, and our team had just finished practicing. I was hanging around on the field, taking shots, waiting for my mom to pick me up, when this star goalkeeper got on the field and in goal to warm up. There must have been 20 kids firing shots at this goalkeeper, and I was one of them, determined to get one past him, and I did. This goalkeeper, who was clearly on his way to doing some incredible things in life, is now known as the United States best goalkeeper of all time. His name is Tim Howard. Tim exemplified what it meant to focus and call your reality into existence through hard work and determination. The more focus we give each thought, word, and action, the greater chance we have at calling into existence what we were asking for on a conscious and subconscious level. The verse, Control featuring KRS-One, verse 2. I don't believe in fate. That would mean I'm not in control of how the story ends. I'm the master using Tai Chi, and every page in the book of life is written by me. When the storm comes, if you get caught in the rain of pain, no complaint, I don't point the finger and blame. The energy I put out, I attract the same. I manifest by focusing the mind, the brain. You can train to hit the target anytime you aim. Every outcome is already written. It just depends on which one you plan on picking. A doctor, a lawyer, some spend their life in prison. But listen, the key to control is having a vision. I'm thinking a mission or maybe a goal. Something that liberates or frees the soul. You better choose fate before like twins that come after they due date, you too late. The breakdown. 1. I don't believe in fate. That would mean I'm not in control of how the story ends. I'm the master using Tai Chi. I believe the universe's will is my will. So I have some level of control about which direction my own life goes in. An example of this would be what I or we can manifest using prayer, meditation, intention, and desire. Not to mention creative visualization. With the aforementioned tools combined with physical work, we can actually draw or call situations or people into our existence as if we were superpowered beings. The jewel is, we are superpowered beings. But only some of us realize we have this unlimited creating power. A master of Tai Chi understands this all too well. The power of the mind may not have its limits as we know them. 2. And every page in the book of life is written by me. When the storm comes, if I get caught in the rain of pain, no complaint, I don't point my finger and blame. The energy I put out, I attract the same. I manifest by focusing the mind, the brain. I take responsibility for my life and never choose to blame any one person or situation for my own circumstances. In life, we may get caught in a storm without an umbrella. Do we curse the storm, or do we understand the beauty of nature is at work and next time, better prepare? Becoming mad at the storm will only increase the length of the storm because long after the rain has stopped and the winds have died down, your internal storm has already brewed the next hurricane with the subconscious energy you have felt with the current situation. We are in control. All things start with us. All of life is a reflection. 3. You can train to hit the target every time you aim. Every outcome is already written. It just depends on which one you plan on picking. A doctor, a lawyer, some spend their life in prison. But listen, the key to control is having a vision. I'm thinking a mission or maybe a goal. Something that liberates or frees the soul. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools in our kit, and it's free. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools in our kit, and it's free. Meditation can be used as a way to control or train your mind to think at its most optimal, precise levels. The more you meditate, the stronger your focusing skills will become. I used to have a job where I was a top sales representative for 8 months in a row. My secret was that I would meditate and visualize myself winning every morning before going to work. I am positive. My belief in what was not seen and actually doing the work is what helped me to control the situation. I call what I want into existence. When you have this inner knowing, you realize you are the creator's child given the gift to create and control. 4. You better choose fate before like twins that come after they due date, you too late. In this line, I thought of something creative to say. The reason? Far too often, artists with all the right things to say bore me. Lectures, if given by the wrong teacher or professor, are boring. When I'm doing a song of a conscious nature, I keep this in mind. When I start rapping, It was about who could say the best punchlines with a wow effect. We wanted to control the listener, keep them engaged. I always tried to create a verse with some bite, so even in a song where I may be dropping jewels, I could control the crowd and catch a listener with a punchline I intertwined into the song.
The key is persistence, and all my good fortune I spoke it into existence. I won't take what I don't want, I'm here with the resistance. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for your assistance. The key is persistence, and all my good fortune I spoke it into existence. I won't take what I don't want, I'm here with the resistance. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for your assistance. Abracadabra, it's the militant masterful man of magic who became the champion from challenger. You heard love was a battlefield and you had to be a battler. That's when you skipped town, but me, I slid down the banister. Kid at heart, but since a baby, the mind of a grown man with a great young mind, I was designing my own plan. And if you tried to feed me bullshit, I wasn't swallowing it. If you wasn't going nowhere, I wasn't following. My dreams were never containable, and to this day I still feel like everything is attainable. I frustrated the devil and birthed to turn mad as hell when I found my attitude of gratitude was a casting spell. These are not just words that I'm hurling, my sentences hold the creative power of Merlin. After bourbon, for every time that I was hurting, it's concerning, but I'm getting mine cause I'm deserving. The key is persistence, and all my good fortune I spoke it into existence. I won't take what I don't want, I'm here with the resistance. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for your assistance. Yeah, the key is persistence, and all my good fortune I spoke it into existence. I won't take what I don't want, I'm here with the resistance. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for your assistance. Some say this world is filled up with evil, but with the music we help millions of people, showing them how to unlock the power that's in all of us. This laying dormant, now ready to be awoken. I wear a monocle on my third eye that is now open. I see me showing love every day on the calendar, and soon I'm gonna live my dream of touring Africa. Somehow I get paid well to be a world traveler. I came here after my parents didn't plan a birth, and now my craft is taking me all over planet Earth. Not the goal, but I see the music getting us famed, and Slim and I chilling with Skit at a Liverpool game. We didn't quit when what it was getting was real. Now our perseverance is why they respecting the skill. Now in every way our life is full of riches. There were glitches, but you bear witness when we did this. The key is persistence, and all my good fortune I spoke it into existence. I won't take what I don't want, I'm here with the resistance. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for your assistance. Yeah, the key is persistence, and all my good fortune I spoke it into existence. I won't take what I don't want, I'm here with the resistance. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for your assistance. I quit drinking, I'm on a mission and I'm not joking. And by the time you heard the song, I would have stopped smoking. I was carrying the light, scary in the night, but I was so tough, brass knuckles wear me in a fight. Life was whooping my ass, my future I couldn't see, but now I'm winning cause I stood up and fought for me. Energy, appreciate what I have is my recipe, but the enemy still be surprised when God blesses me. How I make things just appear due to knowledge, friend. We all have superpowers, but some of us we acknowledge them. When it's deep, won't retreat, I'm believing instead. I speak what I seek until I see what I said. With spoken word we can move the earth. I talk to me and have a conversation with the universe. It made me understand real wealth. I'm just thankful for my happiness and health. The key is persistence, and all my good fortune I spoke it into existence. I won't take what I don't want, I'm here with the resistance. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for your assistance. Yeah, the key is persistence, and all my good fortune I spoke it into existence. I won't take what I don't want, I'm here with the resistance. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for your assistance.
Welcome back to the Cymarshall Law Show. I'm your gracious host, Cymarshall Law. So we're talking about the law. Be careful of what you're calling into your existence. I suppose we should talk about self-fulfilling prophecies, because that's exactly what we're doing here. Self-fulfilling prophecies, or a prophecy, is a belief or like expectation that influences your behavior, making that actual belief come true. The concept is deeply rooted in psychology and sociology, and even worse in mental health disorders like depression. It's a cycle where our belief influences our actions, which in turn reinforce our beliefs. This phenomenon is known as a self-fulfilling prophecy. There are really two types of the self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-imposed prophecies occur when your own expectations influence your actions. Other imposed prophecies occur when the other's expectations influence your behavior. And all opinions you value can actually cause a prophecy. Like anything you take as truth, anything you really believe and take to heart can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. I remember going into a restaurant many, many years ago, Jimmy's. I don't know if anyone listening is from New Brunswick, New Jersey, but there used to be a restaurant on Eastern Avenue. I remember walking in this spot and saying, every time I come in here, they take forever to make my sandwich. And then what do you think happened right then? So we have these things that happen to us and we feel like we're not in control, but we're so connected to everything in life, even our words. If we like really say them with meaning and really believe them, we can actually make things happen. Like we're that powerful. That's why I never say F anything unless I actually mean it. Because if you start saying F this person or F that thing, don't be surprised when that thing actually disappears from your life. If you start giving something love, whether it be a person or a plant or an animal, don't be surprised when that thing starts showing up in your life even more. So what we truly believe, what we say, we are making these self-fulfilling prophecies because we are that powerful. It's definitely a spiritual perspective on the whole thing. We can talk about the power of words and thoughts. In many spiritual traditions, words are believed to have a vibrational energy that can affect our thoughts, emotions, and even our physical well-being. That's why when I feel sick, I never verbally say I'm sick, or I never verbally say I'm tired, because I feel like when I'm saying those things, I'm helping create my actual reality. So when I don't feel that well, I just say, I'm getting better, as opposed to saying I'm not feeling well. I say I'm getting better. So the thought and energy that I'm using to create my actual life are coming from positive places as opposed to negative. The energy is definitely rooted in the intention behind the words, as well as the sound and resonance of the words themselves. Our words can either bring life or death, and how much we emphasize those words, we need to be mindful about that, because how much passion or clarity or feeling we're saying our words with can help call things into existence. We are that powerful. So there's something called the reticular activating system, RAS. It's a complex bundle of nerves in the brain that's responsible for regulating wakefulness and sleep-wake transitions. It functions as a filter for the information your brain needs to process and can influence what you pay attention to, how you respond, and what you remember. By focusing on specific thoughts or affirmations, you call into existence those experiences that align with those thoughts. That's looking at it from a scientific perspective. I know a lot of times we don't want to read these spiritual books and just take what they're saying for truth, because it's like, I want scientific proof. Well, now you have it. The RAS. There's a complex bundle of nerves in your brain that is responsible for regulating wakefulness and sleep-wake transitions, and it functions as a filter for the information your brain needs to process and can influence what you pay attention to, how you respond, and what you actually remember. Just by focusing on specific thoughts or affirmations, you can actually call into existence those actual experiences that align with those actual thoughts. We can take it back to a brother like Julius Caesar, who had ambition to become the dictator of Rome. That was something he called into existence through his actions. We see this over and over again. However, his growing power and ambition made him a target for assassination. His assassination was his downfall, clearly. He got the power he was looking for. He got the power he wanted. But when he got it, a lot of bad things came with it. So just make sure you really want what you're asking for, because when you get it, you're going to need to know how to handle that.
Turn it up, let's go! I'm just trying to represent for my family, yo. But life is a maze, I feel trying to trap me, though. As soon as you make the cash, then they ask for dough. But everything changes now, I demand control. They control the population, no healthcare like Canada's. Phones get tapped and we get watched by hidden cameras. It's no coincidence we singing the blues, cause there's never anything ever good on the news. They put fear in your heart, don't think they tactless. They scare you from the start, now you giving them access to everything about you, they think they clever. Saying with no privacy, they can protect you better. They want nothing left out, they want all the details. Reading text messages and going through emails. Other countries, you get awards for homegrown. Where I live, you can't burn it down in your own home. Hypnotized by TV, that's someone's design. Turn it off, but the images remain in your mind. Radio plays the same song, so the people like you, they don't play what they want, they play what they have to. Be careful of those that prey on your soul. This is your life now, but they want control. There is no privacy, but they want to know what you doing, where you at, and where you plan to go. I'm just trying to represent for my family, yo. But life is amazing, they're trying to trap me, though. As soon as you make the cash, then they ask for dope. But everything changes now, I demand control.
KRS-One brings the heat for sure. No heat, KRS is out the door. You not controlling me, I'm bout to roar. I shout the lady, I don't shout the whore. I'm bout to tour with Cymarshall law. I bring the light once more. I fight the law cause they trying to control, trying to hold, trying to get inside my soul. They bold with it, setting up the toll. Their goal, body and mind control.
Who you talking about, Chris?
Mass media, government, radio, TV, that garbage they pumping it. And we all becoming it, young and old. But we can't let them control our soul. This is the message to the CD you hold. Be free like me, I'm out of control.
Be careful of those that prey on your soul. This is your life now, but they want control. There is no privacy, but they want to know what you doing, where you at, and where you plan to go. I'm just trying to represent for my family, yo. But life is amazing, they're trying to trap me, though. As soon as you make the cash, then you ask for dope. But everything changes now, I demand control. I don't believe in fate, that would mean I'm not in control of how the story ends. But I'm the master using Tai Chi, and every page in the book of life is written by me. When the storm comes, if I get caught in the rain of pain, no complaint, I don't point the finger and blame. Cause the energy I put out, I attract the same. I manifest by focusing the mind, the brain. You can train to hit the target every time you aim. Every outcome is already written. It just depends on which one you plan on picking. A doctor, a lawyer, some spend their life in prison. But listen, the key to control is having a vision. I'm thinking a mission or maybe a goal, something that frees or liberates the soul. You better choose fate before like twins that come after they due date. You too late. Be careful of those that prey on your soul. This is your life now, but they want control. There is no privacy, but they want to know what you doing, where you at, and where you plan to go. I'm just trying to represent for my family, yo. But life is amazing, they're trying to trap me, though. As soon as you make the cash, then you ask for dope. But everything changes now, I demand control.
When they made hip-hop, they broke the mold. So here's a little story that must be told. When they made hip-hop, they broke the mold. So here's a little story that must be told. When they made hip-hop, they broke the mold. So here's a little story that must be told. When they made hip-hop, they broke the mold. So here's a little story that must be told.
Welcome back to the Cymarshall Law Show, where we stay true to ourselves and never, ever conform. So let's get into the movie of the week. So I wanted to keep it in sync with the topic. which is be careful of what you're calling into existence. So the movie of the week is The Room. The Room is, to summarize it shortly, a couple discovers a strange room in their new house that grants material wishes, but all they want is a child. And the premise is really be careful what you wish for. The plot revolves around Matt and Kate, a young couple who move to an isolated house in upstate New York. And then while renovating, they discover a large hidden room that can grant any wish. They quit their jobs as the room provides everything they desire. However, when they decide to use the room to create a baby, they find themselves in a nightmare. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away, but The Room is doing all types of things, and it's based on them not really being careful what they wish for and them not understanding the powers of the genie, if you will. So check that out. It's called The Room. I think you can watch it on Prime Video, maybe Apple TV. But check that out and let me know what you guys think. The Room is the movie of the week. The book of the week is actually called Be Careful What You Wish For. It is by Simon Jordan. This book is a social commentary on the culture of great wealth and ambition. It exposes the dark side of chasing a dream. The author, Simon Jordan, shares his experience of owning Crystal Palace Football Club in the United Kingdom, becoming the youngest ever owner of a football club. He reveals the inner workings of the national game, where hopes and aspirations sit alongside greed and self-interest, overpriced players, dodgy transfers, and top-level incompetence. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. That's the book of the week. Check it out. All right, now let's get into the quotes of the week regarding this topic that we've been speaking on. There's some good ones that I've been able to find. Here we go. Be careful about wanting what others have. There is always a price. Perhaps God didn't give it to you because he knew you wouldn't be able to pay it. That's Yasmin Mogahid. Next. You should be careful what you wish for, as the reasons for war get confused. One person can be very clear in their motives, but others can have different agendas. It's from Doug Ray Scott. The devil doesn't come dressed in a... Rewind. The devil doesn't come in a red cape and pointy horns. He comes as everything you've ever wished for. Tucker Max. Words matter. Your words, mixed with your belief, blend to become your reality. What you speak over your life is what your life will become. Tyrone Stokes. My name is Cymarshall. Please do subscribe. Love y'all. Peace and positive energy. Until next time, we out.
Out of your mouth, with your words, you have the ability to speak life or death. And what I need you to do is I need you to make the decision this week. I don't care what the weather is. I don't care what the circumstances are. I don't care what the situation is. I want you to speak into existence how you want your week to be. And remember, whatever you speak is the reality. If you say it's going to be a negative week, guess what? It's going to be a negative week. So remember, your words are powerful. And in your words, you create